Hello. In this video, we are going to discuss about dynamic conditional formatting in Power BI. I'm going to create a slicer which will help me to turn on or turn off the conditional format on a particular measure. Let's quickly go to PBI and then try to implement the conditional formatting. So I have the sample data set in PBI. I have two tables, fact, and one more table called as dummy. So let's see what we have inside these tables. So the fact table has order ID, brand, product, quantity, revenue, cost, profit, and also the date. And if I go to the table dummy, this is the one which I created to be used as a slicer to turn on or off of the conditional formatting. I have two columns, status, which is on and its value is 1, and off, it has a value 0. So I'm going to use this dummy table, and then with the help of this, I'm going to turn on the conditional formatting or turn off the conditional formatting. Let's go to the report here. First thing, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create conditional formatting. Let's say if the profit margin or profit percentage is less than 10%, I want this to be in red. If it is less than 20, that is between 10 to 20%, I want this to be yellow. And if it is more than 20%, I want this to be green. So let's try to do this in PBI using a measure. So first I'm going to create a measure to determine the background color. So I'm going to create a measure called background color type equal to, I'm going to use switch function here. Switch, I want to check if it's true, and value profit is less than 10%. I want this to be in red. The background color is in red. Profit margin less than 20%. Then I want this to be yellow. And profit margin is greater than or equal to 20%. Then I want this to be green. Okay, so hit enter. I'll show you what I get after adding this color. So let me bring this to the values here. If you notice, I'm getting the right results here. So greater than 20% green, 10 to 20% yellow. And do I have red? Yes, 1.25%, it's red. So I got the background color. So I'm going to create a new measure here. And this is for font color. Font color type. I'm going to use same function here. Switch. And I want this to be, if it is true, then profit margin percentage is less than 0.1. Then, so for the background, I provided red. So I think the font color white would be a good combination. And then profit percentage less than 20%. I gave yellow, so yellow and blacks go well. So I'm going to use yellow, and profit percentage greater than or equal to 20%. Then I provided green for the background. So here I'm going to provide white. Hit enter. So now if I bring the font color here, so I have a good combination. Sorry, I need to bring this to the values here. Font color type. Okay. So now I got the background color and type. So I also have a slicer here. So let me drag this to the corner. And now let me change the background color of the profit. So what I'm going to do here is click here, conditional formatting, background color. Okay, just give me a second. So click on the profit drop down here, conditional formatting, and then the background color, a new window opens up here. Format by field value. I'm going to use the background which I created. It's a background color type, and then click OK. And now if you notice, the background color changed. So now I'm going to change the font color as well. Click on conditional formatting and then font color. Format by field value and then font color type. Okay. Now the font color also changed. So the yellow, it's not visible. So I need to change the font color to black. So where is it? Yellow. Okay. So sorry, I need to give this as a black. Okay. So this is good. And now let's say someone doesn't want to see the conditional formatting. So they want to turn it on or off. So what I have done, I have created a slicer here. So I have added the status to the slicer. And now I'm going to use this slicer to turn my font on or off. How do I do that? So go back to my background color and I'm going to use if function here. If, okay, the code, if values from the column code equal to 1, then I want this I want this to return this switch function. Else nothing. I'm going to give double quotes. Hit enter. I think there is a mistake here. Just give me a second. I should be using a selected value instead of values. Okay, now hit enter. So I should be getting the right numbers here. The background color. Okay, so it's working. And I want to do the same thing for the font color. So if selected value from dummy code equal to 1, that is on, I want this function, the switch function, else double quote, hit enter. Okay, so now if you notice here, so let me remove the other measures from this table. I can remove this, it's no longer needed. So now if I turn this on here, I'm seeing the background color and the font color. If I turn it off, I don't see anything here. And maybe I can, what happens if someone selects 2? Let's say if someone selects 2, it doesn't have any background color. To avoid the confusion, what I can do is I can click on the slicer and then selection controls. I will select single select on so that the user can either select on or off. So now if you notice, it's changing. So how does it work? So when I select status, right? If I go back to my table here, this dummy column table has status on or off. On has a value of 1, off has a value of 0. So when I select on, it's the relative value for this on function on column is 1, right? So if I go back to my function here, if selected value code is this column here, the code, right? So if selected dummy code is equal to 1, then it will return me this function here. Else it will show me as null or black or blanks. So this is how we can use dynamic conditional formatting in PBI. So if you have any questions or doubts, please drop me a note in the comment section and I'm going to revert back to you. Hope this video was helpful and thanks for watching.